down a path below. Title: Mortal Kombat 1: Chaos Reigns. The woman in yellow glances back over her shoulder as she runs. The eye panels of her helmet glow a soft green. She stops to examine her surroundings through a high-tech visor. Her faceplate retracts to reveal a youthful, deep umber face.
Where are you?
Over here.
A warning appears. Missile launch. The woman's yellow faceplate closes as she sprints, dodging the incoming missiles.
Engage friction assist.
Green light pools around her feet as she runs along the underside of a fallen tree, sticking to it. She lands on the path and looks around.
Oh no, here.
I thought you never miss.
But for that armor, I wouldn't have. Stand and fight.
You want to fight? Show yourself.
And lose the advantage? Have I taught you nothing, Cyrax?
The woman in yellow, Cyrax, flees a sudden jet of flames behind her. Several black cords hang from the back of her helmet, resembling long locks capped with silver beads. She ducks, slides, then drops down into a large depression in the earth.
Idiot!
Cyrax looks up. 4 more missiles streak toward her. She engages friction assist to scale the sheer walls. After dodging 3 missiles, she knocks the 4th aside just before it explodes in her face.
If you had kept your head, been more disciplined, you'd have felt the noose tightening around your neck.
Fighting your foe unseen, attacking from a distance. There are rules.
Rules?
What's Ireland
Lin
for?
Kuei don't fight in tournaments.
We fight war.
So yeah, probably go
I
for
am
one.
you must reveal me. That should be second nature to someone with your
I'll see
pedigree.
you.
I was wrong, thinking you worthy of that armor.
The woman in red casually dodges Cyrax. She parries and redirects each of Cyrax's kicks before finally taking a blow to the chest.
You are my instructor and my commander. Don't confuse that with being my superior.
Fight!
Perhaps I should be commander.
Fight!
Now who isn't worthy?
Had I not shown myself, you never would have found me.
You don't like my combat? Send me back to the air mountains.
You do not go home until I have made you the perfect Lin Kuei. I made your parents that promise, and I will keep it.
They glare at one another. All around them, the forest glitches and disappears, giving way to a circular chamber adorned with bright lights and status screens. Sub-Zero steps forth from the chamber's edge. He eyes them both as they bow, then addresses the woman in red.
Once again, you outdo yourself. This facility, the armor, even your father's dreams weren't so grand. Only you could have replaced him as our master armorer.
Indeed.
Is that disrespect? You are fortunate Sector is your mentor.
None is intended, Grandmaster.
With your permission, I will begin the armor's mass production.
First, it must be tested in battle. We have found Kuai Liang and his Shirai Ryu. They gather at the Wuxi for his wedding.
Attack his wedding. I am aware what he's done, but
Surprise will give us the tactical advantage.
we may win the battle, but find we lose the war. No one will respect us.
Better to be feared than respected.
Sub-Zero's eyes flare sharply.
I still cannot believe that Liu Kang capitulated to Outworld.
that he agreed to break up our clan.
He was spineless, as was Kuai Liang for abiding his surrender.
They gave up on the Lin Kuei, but we will not. Go. Begin attack preparations.
With an uneasy expression, Cyrax bows to Sub-Zero and strides out. The woman in red, Sector, watches her go.
Already she suspects our deception. Eventually, she will learn the truth about Kuai Liang.
We will be ready when she does.
A smirk tugs at his lips. A late afternoon sun warms the pagodas of the Wuxi Academy. Spring blossoms litter the grounds, and bright fabrics hang from an ornate pavilion. Inside the pavilion, Raiden paces back and forth as he reads from a book.
Today we gather to witness the union of Harumi and Kuai Liang. Let us celebrate their bond as they celebrate each other.
Johnny walks up.
As they celebrate
Stage fright, Thunderlad?
I have never performed a marriage, and I wasn't expecting to today. But Liu Kang and Geras were called to Outworld unexpectedly, and I...
Relax, Ray dude. You're being very undude. We're just extras in this picture. Kuai Liang and Harumi, they're the stars.
Kenshi and Kung Lao join them, and they all watch as the wedding procession approaches. The bride, Harumi, wears a bright red kimono adorned with silver cranes. She walks hand in hand with Scorpion, who wears sashed black hakama pants with a red haori overtop. He gazes at Harumi with a broad smile that crinkles the long scar on his face. A small procession of monks follows them, many holding musical instruments.
Man, this reminds me of when Chris and I got hitched.
In Hollywood? I bet that was epic.
Nah, it was before I got famous. Small service, modest church. Ah, simpler times.
Johnny smiles softly. A small crowd of audience members has gathered. Nearby, a figure wearing all black sneaks out of sight. The monks continue to play. Along a rooftop behind the watching crowd, 4 more figures stalk in a crouch. In a separate courtyard, Cyrax and Sector stand at attention. Worry tugs at Cyrax's face as Sub-Zero approaches. Dozens of black-garbed Lin Kuei warriors follow him. Sector's eyes narrow. Mechanical gun arms unfold from the back of her armor. At the wedding ceremony, Scorpion and Harumi arrive at the pavilion.
Today, we gather to witness the union of Harumi and Kuai Liang. Let us celebrate their bond as they celebrate each other.
The courtyard wall explodes.
By the Elder Gods!
The monks and Shirai Ryu in the audience charge, but are downed by dozens of arrows loosed from the smoke. Lin Kuei warriors pour in through the wall and set upon the crowd. Sub-Zero strides in after them. He dodges a swipe from a sword, then smashes the face of the man wielding it. He easily parries a second monk and freezes him solid. The man's jaw is locked open in a silent scream. Using boosters on the underside of her feet, Sector flies to the top of a tall statue. She observes for a moment before gliding down into the fray. Using knee and elbow strikes, she downs 3 of the warriors. Above them, Cyrax scales a steep rooftop with friction assist. She leaps down in a front flip to heel kick a monk, then body slams a second. Cyrax pauses to look at the pavilion, where the wedding party stares in dismay.
Oh, hell no. We are not doing the Red Wedding.
What?
Game of Thrones! Season 3, Episode 9.
Kung Lao shrugs.
You, my friend, are hopeless.
Both of you, not now.
They run toward the battle. Scorpion embraces Harumi.
Go. I'll be fine.
Scorpion dashes off. Johnny pauses by Harumi.
Don't worry, I've got you.
You do?
Harumi whips out twin blades. She shrugs off the red outer layer of her wedding dress and charges in. 3 Lin Kuei attack. She stabs one's throat, high kicks another, then spins to slash repeatedly at the third.
God, please let her have a sister.
Smoke follows Johnny. Together, they square up against Cyrax and Sector.
What in the actual fuck?
A powerful sidekick from Cyrax sends Smoke stumbling back.
When did the Lin Kuei go mecha anime? Who the hell are they?
Yellow and red. They have to be Cyrax and Sector. But I can't believe they would do this.
As we cannot believe you broke faith with the Lin Kuei.
Fight!
Oh, wait. Oh, that's good. I didn't even see this.
You are a poor rebel, Smoke.
Fight!
Kuai Liang has led you astray.
Harumi stabs the Lin Kuei, but another manages to immobilize her arm and knee her in the ribs. One warrior holds Harumi while a second backhands her.
No, that is not our mission.
Cyrax dashes over just as the second Lin Kuei draws his sword. She knocks both attackers unconscious, then looks down at Harumi as she struggles to sit up.
What are you doing?
Sector appears. Harumi manages to slide kick her, but Cyrax immobilizes the bride with a burst of expanding foam.
Desist. It is not your fight. We defend her, Cyrax. Kuai Liang, Thomas, they've broken their oath. They are fair game. But she is not Lin Kuei. She only attacks because we do.
Scorpion marches up.
You grasp feebly for honor amidst this brazen assault? It disgusts me how you've corrupted the Lin Kuei.
Fight!
Where's your fire?
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Cyrax launches the victim airborne with a bomb, leaps after them, then smashes their face with a front flip heel kick.
Oh.
You should have kept faith, Kuai Liang.
Fight!
Make no mistake, we are here because of your treachery.
Cyrax looks down at Scorpion where he lies on his back. Nearby, two Lin Kuei hold Harumi captive. Sub-Zero approaches.
Are you ready, brother, to reap the reward of your faithlessness? Cyrax, take him.
Yes, Grandmaster.
Harumi manages to bash aside her captive. She draws one of their swords and faces Cyrax.
Stand aside. I told you this isn't your fight.
You want him? You must kill me!
If she makes it necessary, grant her wish.
You know Bihan is wrong, that he acts without honor.
No, it is Kuai Liang who's betrayed the Lin Kuei.
Eyes flaring wide, Scorpion struggles to his feet.
That is a lie. Spoken by the man who let my father perish.
What?
So impatient to lead, to make the Lin Kuei his. My brother went even further. He broke his sacred oath and sided with outsiders against Earthrealm.
No, that is impossible.
Scorpion points to his scarf.
Did I have this when last we saw each other? Who do you think is responsible?
Grandmaster, is this true?
Every word.
Cyrax points to Sector.
You knew about this, didn't you?
I share his vision for the Lin Kuei. We won't be bound by Liu Kang's limits.
Breaking our traditions, our vows, I won't stand for it!
Which is why we kept you from the truth.
Now that you know, you are a threat to the Lin Kuei, and you must be imprisoned alongside my brother. Fight.
How was I fooled by your lies?
An excellent question, Cyrax.
Kuai Liang, I have no words. In my heart, I doubted this mission, but in the rush to prove myself,
That's no excuse.
Cyrax drops her gaze.
No, it is not. There can only be one punishment.
She drops to one knee and bows her head. Glaring, Scorpion shifts his stance. His right hand reaches for a sword on his back. He grips its handle. Behind him, the dark-haired Harumi lays a gentle hand over his. Scorpion's expression immediately softens as he meets her eyes.
Please, Kuai Liang. She was deceived. Give her mercy. Your gift to me on our wedding day.
She gives a soft smile. Scorpion releases his grip on the sword.
As you wish. But no, you are not forgiven. This day has seen too much Shirairyu blood.
Cyrax remains on one knee and nods. As Scorpion glares at her, Raiden approaches with Kenshi.
The Lin Kuei retreat. We've turned them away.
Thank you, Raiden. And also to the Shaolin. I am sorry to have entangled you in my family squabble. Detain Bihan and Sector. We will deal with them upon our return to the compound.
Respectfully, no. Their crimes are not only against you, but against Earthrealm and Outworld. Their fate lies in the hands of Lord Liu Kang and Empress Melina.
In the throne room of Sundo's palace, Sector and Sub-Zero kneel with their hands bound.
Spare their lives? Are you mad?
I agree. They must answer for aiding Chao's rebellion. And of course, I leave their punishment to you. But killing them will neither restore Sindel, nor ease your loss.
But it will give me great pleasure.
Kitana walks up.
Empress, please. When Chao's rebellion ended, and he was imprisoned, my advisors also urged mercy, to smother the seditious fire he'd lit. But it stayed, smoldering among his followers. And when Chao escaped from his cell, it reignited. Now, my sister's armies are stretched to their limits.
And as always, Earthrealm's might is at your disposal to help deal with Chao's threat. What I ask in return is that together, we try to break the cycle of violence. As partners in peace.
Liu Kang gestures to Sub-Zero and Sector.
What's this?
Across the throne room, swirling pink light forms a portal. Several pairs of booted feet step through. Chaos versions of Giras, Raiden, Kenshi, and others glare with glowing orange eyes. Their skin is heavily scarred, and all are clad in red, blue, and gold.
Interlopers from yet another timeline.
Yes. But whose?
As the newcomers snarl, a severed head flies from the portal. Blood spurts from the neck stump. When it rolls to a stop, Titan Havik's mutilated face stares from a full metal helmet. Heavy boots approach the head. Titan Havik's body reaches down and secures his own head back on with a smile.
Havik. The cleric of chaos is a keeper of time. This day will not end well.
How can it not? I finally meet the man who inspired my life's work. Thank you, Lord Liu Kang.
Spare me the theatrics, Havik. Explain.
I fought against you at the pyramid, alongside Titan Shang Tsung. He came to my timeline and sought my aid. Until then, I'd no inkling other timelines existed, let alone that they could be made to fight.
That is why you are here. To pit my timeline against yours in combat.
Yours, mine, all timelines. You cannot imagine the chaos.
Can I presume the next death you seek is mine?
That comes later. For now, I only need him.
He jabs a finger at Giras. Behind Titan Havik, Chaos Kenshi and another man, Chaos Takeda, step forward. They extend metal gauntlets, and glowing tendrils shoot forth wrapped around Giras's arms. The other fighters from Titan Havik's timeline charge. Liu Kang dodges two wielding clubs. Kung Lao leaps and spin kicks another.
We are finished if Geras is abducted. We must break free.
Sub-Zero freezes and shatters his handcuffs.
The odds are not in our favor. We are Ungari, Chameleon. We won't fail.
Tanya stands with a silver-haired woman, Chameleon. As Sub-Zero charges the invaders, Sector eyes her.
Better to let real warriors handle this.
Sub-Zero fires an ice ball at Chaos Giras. Tanya batters him with her section staff. Chaos Giras parries both, but loses ground when Sub-Zero freezes his hands together. Nearby, Chameleon twirls her staff to smack a Chaos Quan Chi. She receives several hard blows from her attackers. Sector decloaks and knocks one aside.
You and Sub-Zero won't earn the Empress's mercy. Once set, her mind doesn't change.
We are not fighting for her mercy. We are fighting for our lives.
Fight.
So much for the chaos magic.
Fight.
Yeah.
You have no business here.
More Umgadi charge in, but an airborne Natara sprays them with blood. One throws a spear through her wing, and she collides with a chandelier. Chaos Raiden electrifies the floor.
My sisters!
That would be foolish and unnecessary.
Sector stops Chameleon, then unfolds her gun arms to open fire. Chaos Raiden blocks the bullets, then blasts them both out of the throne room. More Chaos minions set upon Sector and Chameleon. Chaos Raiden pulls his compatriots to their feet.
Deal with them.
Chameleon finishes a minion with a sweep kick, then looks at Sector.
Their weapons need work. They were defeated easily.
They saved your sisters, did they not? Time for them to finish the job.
Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sector rockets forward and seizes the victim's face with a mechanical arm. She pummels their ribs. Chameleon stabs the victim's knees with her size, transforms them into slicing fan blades, then a staff. Sector rockets forward and seizes the victim's face with a mechanical arm. She pummels their ribs.
Are Lord Havik's mages useless?
Fight!
Right after we played Magic, like I told. Yeah, I was trying to be quiet because I knew you fell asleep. Oh,
Now have you had enough? You are a good fighter.
This is the
It is not just
Mortal
you,
Kombat.
Gotti, who trained from birth. My parents raised me to be Lin Kuei. My skills are their legacy.
The palace's hanging gardens glimmer in the night. Chameleon and Sector fight through more minions. Inside, Giras is still immobilized by the magic tendrils. Kung Lao and Raiden follow Liu Kang, but Titan Havik lands.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can.
Dragon's tail bursts of flame. Kung Lao and Raiden attempt
Yeah, but
to
not too
follow
much
up.
though.
Titan Havik
Like
knocks
maybe
them away.
4.
He rips off his own head, spraying blood as he smacks down each of his 3 attacks. He reattaches it with a twisting.
Paco's following, watch out.
Skills. They're unnatural.
Paco's following you, watch out.
How do we fight them? Trust your training and each other.
Be careful, Paco.
They all rejoin the fight. Nearby, Chameleon picks up her staff and winds up a throw. Chaos Giras spots her. He immobilizes Chameleon with a time stop, then begins pushing a support pillar towards her. Sector destroys the pillar with missiles just as Chameleon is free.
Now do you appreciate the armor?
If only you had built it for a more noble purpose.
Whatever its intended purpose, it now serves Lord Havik's. You will fight and die for his amusement. Rejoice. Embrace the chaos. Fight!
He sucks. I'm tired. Okay.
Embrace chaos. I will embrace victory.
Fight!
Kang dodges club strikes from Titan Havik.
He is ours, Lord Havik.
Geras' captors drag him toward the portal. Liu Kang rolls to avoid Titan Havik's heavy spiked club. He manages to grab a hold of it. Liu Kang throws the club airborne, taking both of Titan Havik's arms with it. Titan Havik positions himself to reattach them, then knocks Liu Kang away.
When I return, there will be anarchy.
Titan Havik shoulders the club, then follows Geras as he is dragged through the portal.
They will not escape.
Sector unfolds her gun arms, but Sub-Zero charges in, obstructing her view. The portal swallows him up.
Behind!
No! Sector retracts her faceplate and stares in dismay. In a starry void of orange and purple light, dark stone ruins twist through one another like gnarled tree branches. Long chains and broken rocks float between them. Along one crumbling stone path, Sub-Zero strides forward. He faces down Titan Havik and his minions, who are lit by glowing orange crystals.
I hope you are fond of chaos.
Back in the throne room, Liu Kang and the Earthrealm fighters slowly get to their feet. Debris litters the white and gold architecture. Chameleon helps Tanya up. Empress Melina storms in, wearing her ornate magenta robes.
Tanya, detain her!
She points to Sector, who scowls as Tanya grabs her wrists. More Umgadi surround them, pointing their spears. Kitana touches Melina's arm.
Empress, perhaps she has earned mercy. She aided us in combat.
Only because we faced a common foe. She was complicit in Mother's death. She deserves no mercy.
She may not, Empress. But we will need her aid in the current crisis. We shall take the time to discuss.
As you wish.
Liu Kang and Kitana trail Melina out of the throne room. Tanya and the other Umgadi escort the now handcuffed Sector behind them. In a dim stone corridor, the Chaos Kenshi and Takeda glance downward as they drag someone along the floor. Firelight flickers in a wrought iron chandelier overhead. The Chaos attackers trudge onward, dragging a barely conscious Sub-Zero by his arms. Along one side of the corridor, corpses of several different versions of Geras are heaped in a pile. Sub-Zero's eyes widen. In a small chamber ahead, the living Geras dangles from his chained wrists. Several black tubes hang from an iron apparatus, twisting into red syringes along his back. Another tube snakes from the ceiling, and Chaos Geras inserts it into Geras' shoulder muscle. Sub-Zero's captors tie him to a metal braking wheel, then rotate it so that he hangs upside down. Titan Havik walks up as the wheel begins to rise.
He is a gifted fighter. He will do well in the arena.
No. For him, I have other plans. To pass the time while I infuse my Kamidogu with Geras' time crystals.
What are Kamidogu?
You don't know. See for yourself.
Stones glow around the chamber's edge.
They are powerful, ancient relics. When used together, they can remake this timeline's reality. My genius was discerning that they could also shape the reality of other timelines.
A red stone's light flickers out.
If first infused with their time crystals.
He has brains to go with his brawn.
Shouldn't you have captured Liu Kang? Why capture Geras?
Because he is the only being who has lived in all prior timelines. Which means the time crystals within him contain the building blocks of all current timelines. Once my Kamidogu are infused with them, I will have the power to remake all timelines as I see fit.
Condemning us all to anarchy.
Not condemned. Elevated, perfected. As you will be, once I'm finished.
More of the prehensile syringes snake toward Sub-Zero's eyes. In Sundo's palace, Melina examines a map on the wall of her chambers.
This new Havik is different from ours. The one who helped Chao's rebellion. He doesn't want freedom. He wants to burn everything down. Smashing timelines together so he can watch them fight?
Our Havik is less crazed because I recrafted his destiny when I restarted time. Meeting Titan Havik proves it was wise I did.
First that Shang Tsung, now this Havik? Will the threats from these titans never cease? Tell me, how do we escape this crisis?
We must rescue Geras before Havik takes from him what he needs.
I will dispatch several legions. Katana
Your
will...
Majesty, they are needed here. Chao's escape, his renewed rebellion leave Outworld vulnerable. Similarly, I cannot go, as my absence would leave the timeline vulnerable.
Which is why you believe we need Sector.
As Lin Kuei, she and Cyrax are trained for this type of mission, and they have the benefit of being with us here. I can send them immediately, under Scorpion's command.
I want neither's help. I will go alone.
That would be unwise. Do not doubt Cyrax's need to make amends. And do not doubt Sector's hatred of Havik's chaos, or her longing for Sub-Zero's safe return. Neither will betray us.
Scorpion walks with Cyrax.
Trust Sector. Are you sure?
No. I am also not sure I trust you. But Liu Kang is right. We must act.
Down the hall, a now unbound Sector is escorted by Umgadi. She halts before Scorpion, her eyes narrowed.
You understand the terms of your release?
Retrieving Geras is our priority. Rescuing Bihan
is secondary. We save him only if the mission is not put at risk.
That was made clear.
Do not forget.
He jabs a finger towards Sector.
Move! Liu Kang is waiting.
He marches off. Cyrax follows, but Sector pauses for a moment. Her face draws into a snarl before the faceplate of her helmet folds over it. In the crumbling ruins of Titan Havik's dimension, a fiery portal appears. Scorpion, Cyrax, and Sector step out of it. All three look around as the warm glow of the portal disappears. Rickety wooden structures are haphazardly built into the stone ruins. Overhead, a night sky with swirling green auras provides little light. It washes over the grimy stonework.
I have never seen the like.
Cyrax touches a stream of water as it runs upward.
Nor have I.
She examines her fingertips.
No distractions. Either of you.
Sector crosses her arms, then looks pointedly at Cyrax.
He scolds me like some new initiate? Calm yourself. We cannot save our timeline if we fight among ourselves.
When this crisis ends, we settle our differences.
They walk after Scorpion, passing several ruffians in the streets. In a market stall, a Shokan butchers a giant pillbug. Another reads from two booklets where he stands on a pulpit.
Is right. All that your body craves is holy. From the time...
Come in.
Orders...
Another Shokan waves his hands near a pink crystal ball. Scorpion wanders to a stall with ceremonial masks and examines an ornate gold one.
How to keep. Let Lord Havik cleanse you with his chaos.
Dozens of refugees mill about the market in dull clothing. Cyrax looks up as a giant snail waves its eye tentacles toward her. Its rider holds the reins loosely. She approaches Scorpion with a frustrated wave.
It is madness. We must find Giras in this.
She motions loosely toward the market. Nearby, a soldier in an olive drab uniform dashes between stores. He wears an M1 helmet and aviator sunglasses and glances over his shoulder as he flees. The soldier knocks aside a gambling table and several onlookers, sending coins flying. 3 minions pursue him. When one minion grabs him from behind, he rears back and uses it as leverage to kick a second. The soldier spots a Chaos reptile in red robes, and he flees in the opposite direction. The Chaos Ermac catches him off guard with a punch to the jaw. He struggles to rise. Chaos Ermac and Reptile tie the soldier's hands behind his back and escort him toward a Chaos Baraka.
We know you lead those who resist us. Lord Havik wants their names.
Quit beating your gums. He's getting nothing from me.
Once he breaks the cryo monster, you will be next.
Name: Jonathan Cage. Rank: Lieutenant Colonel. Serial number: piss off.
He strikes Cage on the cheek, then punches his gut.
He leads a resistance. Perhaps he knows where to find Giras. And the cryomancer that Tarkatan mentioned, it must be Bihan.
I concur.
As Chaos Baraka whips out his arm blades, Sector knocks him aside with a spinning hook kick. She helps Lieutenant Colonel Cage to his feet, and he headbutts another minion behind her. Sector sears off Cage's bindings with a small wrist laser.
Welcome to the party, baby doll. What's your name?
Call me Sector.
I'll call you anytime you want.
Nearby, Chaos Baraka holds out his blades.
I love a broad that can fight.
Fight!
Damn, bruh. Look at the power.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sector rockets forward and seizes the victim's face with a mechanical arm. She pummels their ribs.
Keep your teeth to yourself.
Fight!
Oh my god, bro, what the? Bro, chill out. Bro, you a tryhard. Son of a gun. Don't get it. Oh.
Are all foes here so inept?
I like your grit. You've ruined me for the girls back home.
Less flirting, more fighting.
A burst of green energy knocks Cage back. Sector turns to see the Chaos Ermac.
We seek chaos. You defend order. It will be destroyed. Fight.
Focus on that.
You have many souls, but little skill.
Fight.
Lin Kuei don't die easily.
The Chaos Reptile transforms into pieces of form.
What in blue blazes?
Cage lifts his shades as the Chaos Reptile charges and latches onto Sector's arm. Cage punches his groin.
Oh, shit. This is some bad business.
Unfazed, the Chaos Reptile tackles Cage, snapping at his face. Sector knees Chaos Reptile aside. He transforms back into human form.
Never seen a Zaterran?
Is that what the hell he is?
Lord Havik wants you captured. Your choice if it is dead or alive.
Fight.
Zaterrans never impressed me.
Fight.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Sector rockets forward and seizes the victim's face with a mechanical arm. She pummels their ribs.
I choose to be on my way.
Are you hurt?
Not a scratch.
Allow me to salute your tailor. That is a hell of a fine suit.
Cage snaps off a salute.
Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Cage, U.S. Army, 44th Infantry. One moment I was fighting Hitler in France. The next, I was here, fighting some asshole named Havik.
We have a Johnny Cage where we come from, though the two of you have little in common.
6 months ago, I'd have been gobsmacked by that. But now, I realize I'm we're a dime a dozen. This mashed up world's thing has got my brain foobar.
Fuba?
Cage lowers his shades to raise an eyebrow.
Lieutenant Colonel, what happened?
A man in purple robes appears.
At ease, friends. He's with me.
Cage turns to pat his shoulder.
Thank Argus you are safe. I'd be a gold star in Mama's window if it weren't for these fine people. Emperor, meet Sector, and I'm sorry, I never got your names.
Scorpion, this is Cyrax.
I am Rain. No need to use my title, as I no longer have an empire. Havik has taken it. I assume you're among his latest victims. You do not yet seem the worse for wear.
Havik arrived recently in our timeline, kidnapping a being who is key to his plans to destroy it. We are here to retrieve him.
We've been trying to take Havik down, but we've got shit to show for it. Our attack on his citadel was a bust. A lot of folks died. Rain's wife, Tanya, got captured.
Rain lowers his mask.
She is to fight for Havik's perverse pleasure tomorrow in his arena. To the death. The being Havik kidnapped. I would think he is at the Citadel. It is where Havik spends his time.
Can you get us there?
Sure thing. But getting in, finding your friend, it's a whole nother kettle of fish. Rain's wife is the only one with a scoop on the Citadel's layout.
Then we must save her before it is too late.
Your aid is welcome, but be warned. Death is more likely than success.
The Emperor Rain narrows his glowing eyes. In a huge stone arena, corpses litter the rust red sands. Versions of Quan Chi and Li Mei duel one another. Frost stabs an ice spear through the shoulder of a man wearing a leather duster. The man falls limp. In the stands, dozens of different Haviks raise their arms and cheer. Two Haviks rip off their own arms, then slap them together in a grisly high five before chucking them into the arena. Above, Titan Havik is flanked by Chaos Kenshi and Takeda.
Care to make a wager?
The sorcerer, no question.
Frost will win. Every variant of her who's ever fought here has been fierce.
I should have kept Kronika alive after taking her hourglass. So I could rub her nose in what I've made of her golden balance.
She would disapprove?
She would despise it. It was her own fault. She didn't think me a threat.
The trio watches the carnage unfold below. Titan Havik's missing lips and charred jaw form a permanent sneer. On a walkway far above, Cage and Emperor Rain sneak alongside the Earthrealmers. They all stick to the shadows of stone archways. They peer down at the audience.
There are so many Haviks.
All equally revolting. Reiko and Li Mei, the rulers Tanya and I deposed, also revered blood sports. I had hoped I had seen their end.
Emperor Rain has several turquoise tattoos swirling over his brown face. In the arena below, Quan Chi's green skull gnaws off the Li Mei's face. Titan Havik raises his arms for the audience.
How long did you hold power?
Before Havik came? Long enough to miss what he destroyed. Everything changed in an instant. Our timeline merged into his and was reduced to anarchy.
The Frost and Quan Chi in the arena trade blows. Frost charges and throws Quan Chi with a snap man, stunning him. She lobs an ice ball, freezing Quan Chi solid. Frost uses a nearby chain to smash his head off, then raises her fists victoriously.
Kenshi wins. My friend! My friend! If you enjoyed that, you will revel in what comes next.
Chaos Kenshi looks down at his sword.
A new combatant will entertain us. One who dared to resist.
Sento glows blue.